This is your Daily 5 for Monday, April 19th. I'm today's host, Bruce Fraser. Campaign trading is our topic for today. A wonderful topic, one of my favorite things to do. First, Wyckoff market discussion, complimentary session this coming Wednesday. Roman and I every Wednesday talk about current markets. Come join us in our community, find out what this is all about. You can go sign up absolutely free on the YouTube page in the description area, and otherwise go to wyckoffanalytics.com and sign up. Also, Best of Wyckoff online conference. If you go to live education, we just had this conference. It was fantastic, and you can watch it on demand. Also on the 19th, Roman is going to be holding, which is today, by the way, he's going to be holding his first session of his summer Wyckoff trading course. This is your opportunity to go to summer school. Now, just to set this up, campaign trading is really a process in the Wyckoff methodology. And you can see here, let's get a marker so that we can see the accumulation area here. And the larger the accumulation area, the potentially larger the uptrend. Not all uptrends work. This is a process by which you try to identify when a trading range is going to become a vibrant rising market. Campaign traders are looking for uptrends that can last multiple years. We use a combination of relative strength, we use a trend following technique, and we use point and figure. Now, keep in mind that we watch these very large accumulation structures unfold, and then when they complete their sideways accumulation area, they go into a vibrant uptrend. This is where we get busy and start to accumulate our shares, is along this area here and even up and out in the trend. Okay, so let's get started. Our first candidate today is, in fact, Bristol Meyers, and I want to start by showing you this chart because this is a great example of campaign trading. Look at this beautiful uptrending channel. Well, this whole channel was set up by 3 points in the yellow box, and then you have an accumulation area that preceded it, the upward markup phase. You even here you can see at the resistance area consolidates and then goes into, continues its uptrend, so to speak. These uptrends can last years and years. This is a particularly long one. Look what happened. It went into a large trading area and has done so while the market has been in a continual uptrend. Bristol Meyers went into a trading range. It ran out of gas and had to go sideways. It's built a new cause. This new cause is now pushing up against the prior highs. We think this stock has the potential to start a new uptrend. Not all stocks are in uptrends with the market. They're in gear and out of gear with the market on their own time frames. So let's look here at a close-up. Here's Bristol Meyers. Here's that uptrending channel. Here's the buying climax, automatic reaction, range-bound condition. This started in 2016, so it's a very large count. It should produce a very compelling point and figure count. You can see here higher lows after the COVID low, higher lows throughout, and it's pushing up against the prior highs. Now, the negative here is the relative strength is still down. We want to see price and relative strength in a rising trend to show that the trend is vibrant and upward, and institutions are pushing the trend higher and higher. That could happen. We're not there yet but once it jumps up and out, the relative strength could get in gear very quickly. Okay, let's look at the point and figure. Here's the area we just analyzed. We can see here this count. Now it's $65 now, It counts to 116 in the first segment and 170 in the larger segment, and this could be a much larger count. We want to look for a minimum of about a 3-to-1 ratio of the current price to the potential in the point and figure as a rough rule of thumb for a campaign stock. This is close, not quite there, but if these larger counts work, it would definitely be over that level. Okay, next stock is, here's a continuation of Bristol Meyers. Now, here is Polaris. So let's do this. Let's go to the next chart. Now, notice Polaris goes back to 2015. Here's a big, beautiful uptrend. This is a campaign candidate, more than a 3-year advance, has a classic distribution, then goes into a range-bound state from 2015 to the present. Well, look what happened. There was a big shakeout and a sideways trading area, which shows us a change of character in the way the Polaris is trading. This is bullish, and then a very sharp advance up to the prior highs. It's currently into its resistance zone. Here is an analysis from a Wyckoff perspective, and you can see a range-bound state. Look at how it's hugging up against resistance. Once it resolves it, it's off to the races, up it goes. Now it's at minor new highs above this 2018 area and is trying to assert its uptrend. Relative strength confirmed up with price. Institutions are going to really like that. So what's the point and figure look like here? And there is Polaris. You can see here this count, which is just this small sideways area after the COVID low, counts up to 181. Currently it's around 145, but notice this much bigger count. This count goes over $400. So there's a very large potential here for Polaris. Now, beautiful accumulation structure in Sprouts Farmers Market. This is back to September. This is a beautiful swing trading structure, which often shows up in a much larger structure, which shows that accumulation is occurring on the smaller time frame. Look at the beautiful advance, vibrant jump after a higher low, jump here, back up, another jump. This, it looks very promising. Let's look at a longer time period first here. Now notice in Sprouts, look at the very large structure back to 2017. This is a very compelling area of accumulation. Here is the area we just looked at, very small in comparison to the campaign structure. How big could this count be? Here is a count back to 2015, 3-box method, traditional scaling, 2 segments counted. Look at this. Currently, let's go back. Currently, it's around $27. Count 67 to 75 on the first segment, 91 to 99 on the larger segment. Notice how it's trying to get out of this accumulation area. If it can make this jump and then back up, it could be on its way. So very interesting structure here for Sprouts. And there's another look at a different point and figure construction. JBL, such an interesting stock. Big structure back to 2017. Campaign orientation here. You can see the relative strength is marching uphill on a weekly basis. This is a contract manufacturing stock. It looks like it wants to be a campaign candidate. The trend is vibrantly up. The relative strength is vibrantly up. The relative strength has a huge base all the way back here to 2017. Well, get this. Look at this picture. This is what we just looked at right here. This goes all the way back to 2002. This is a very, very large campaign structure, which is so interesting, pushing up against prior highs at the large resistance area defined by the 2000 peak. This is really interesting. And let's look at the point and figure. And what I did is I did a very unusual approach here. This is a 5-box method, 2-point scaling. So you can see even down here, it's 2-point scaling. Now, this probably is understating the potential for JBL, but I wanted to get all of this structure back to 2000 on a chart, one chart we could look at. And so here, so I would, and I encourage you to go back and count this with more traditional point and figure, but even these are very robust counting methods. And so here you can see this count is across the $18 area, currently 54, counts up to 134 to 148. And this count could be much bigger than this. It could go out to here. And again, more traditional counting methods could produce a larger count. So keep that in mind. JBL, a really big campaign candidate. And then finally, our fifth stock is Wheaton Precious Metals, primarily a silver producer. And here is a very large structure back to 2016. Buying climax, then a selling climax, automatic rally, range bound condition. Look at how beautifully it's acted, making higher highs, higher lows, sign of strength, and then a last point of support at the COVID low after a spring and a test here in 2018. Then a beautiful sign of strength up and out, wants to be in an uptrend. Look at this beautiful uptrend in relative strength. Oops, this is a really important point about how difficult it is to campaign trade these stocks, because since July, August of last year, this stock has been correcting, and it's been a large and somewhat deep correction. Last point of support, backing up action here, and it's now attempting to turn up, may or may not, don't know, but here we are looking at a potential structure. Well, let's look at the bigger time frame in Wheaton. So it's even bigger than this. We just looked at this area. Here's a campaign structure back to 2011, 2012. This whole area has a very, very attractive upward slope to it. This is a monthly chart, but look at this uptrend. Here's a campaign move from 08 to 011, really beautiful campaign trading stock. Then it goes into a very large sideways trading area. And now look what it's done on the monthly basis. It's had an important relative strength jump. This is a relative strength base backed up to the rising moving average. Interesting place to see whether or not it can reassert its uptrend. So we need to look at the point and figure. So here is, again, modified structure, 5-box method, 1-point scaling. So all this down here is all 1-point scaling. You can see here this count, 19 columns times 5 counts up 105 to 118, currently at 42. So it's definitely has the potential to be a campaign perspective from a causal point and figure. And also note this count could be even bigger and could go out to this area here. So with that, I'm done. Thanks for being here. See you next time.
Hey guys, Dave Keller here with StockCharts.com. Thanks so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, and we hope you did, hit the like button right below. Also, we have so much new content every day. Consider subscribing to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the video or right below. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a fantastic day.